Hey, welcome to Fantasy Football Live. I'm TJ Jefferson. I'm here with Justin Mooney. We want to get you ready for Week 10 of the NFL season by letting you know our top waiver wire pickups. So, Justin, pickings are a little slim out there right now, but anybody worthy of getting picked up a quarterback?
Well, this week, Eli Manning and Matt Schaub are on bye, which means there's a chance you could need a quarterback. And that quarterback this week, you're looking at Mark Sanchez. He's coming off his career best game, bye week, so it's a little more practice, and now he's playing Jacksonville. Jacksonville has a horrible pass defense. Sanchez is a guy that you absolutely want to start this week, and then you can look at him as a matchup play the rest of the way.
What about running backs? Any running backs out there enticing?
Well, last week Clinton Portis took a beating. He has a concussion, and he's doubtful. I don't think he's going to play. He shouldn't play. But who's going to take his place? That's Ladell Betts, who actually did very well last week with 15 points. Clinton Portis has only topped 15 points once this year. And, there's just problems with that Washington offense. But someone has to get the ball, and I think this week it's going to be Betts.
All right, what about wide receiver? Who's looking good on the waiver wire?
Well, if he's available in your league, Mike Wallace. He's really been under the radar. We've barely talked about him on the show.
60 minutes?
60 minutes, and he plays all of them. I mean, you have to realize that since week 3, Santonio Holmes has 36 fantasy points, Mike Wallace has 60. So he's really become the number 2 as far as fantasy purposes, but Santonio Holmes is getting the top cornerbacks still. So he's definitely a guy you want to pick up. Another guy, Chris Henry went down. Andre Caldwell, who's actually been doing pretty decent, a little under the radar this year. He's got 3 touchdowns. They look for him in the red zone. He's a guy that's going to get more work with Chris Henry out. And defenses, they have to shut down Benson. They have to look at Ocho Cinco. Caldwell, he's definitely a guy that could pick you up some points. And if you have room, pick him up, stash him, and look for those good matchups.
Sid Benson is definitely quite the story.
Oh, man, he's been a beast.
What about tight end? Now, that traditionally is a very thin position as it is. Anyone out there?
Well, really for this week, no. I mean, you're going to kind of have to dance with the girl you brought. But Chris Cooley's going to be back in a couple weeks. A lot of people panicked and dropped him. I dropped him when I heard initially that he was out for the year. I dropped him. Someone else in my league picked him up. You can be that guy. Another guy to look at is Kevin Boss. Touchdowns the last 2 weeks. Now he's on bye, but when he gets back, Eli Manning, as we talked about on the big show, can't step into his throw, so he's having to look underneath. Kevin Boss is a guy that's going to reap the benefits of that, and if you can scoop him up, sit him this week because he's on bye, but after that, he's good to go.
All right, now we're going to move to defense. Only 2 teams on bye, so this shouldn't be too much of a problem, but if it is, who should they look at?
Well, there's a couple people they can look at. One of them is Cincinnati. Now, Cincinnati plays Pittsburgh this week, so I wouldn't really recommend them as a start. But after that, you've got Oakland, you've got Cleveland, you've got Detroit. You're going to want to start them against everyone. If Cincinnati's available, pick them up. Another team to look at is San Diego. Now, San Diego the next couple weeks does not have any great matchups, but after that, Kansas City and Cleveland. Now, these are teams they're going to have success against, but really San Diego with Darren Sproles in the return game, their special teams, lights out. Sean Merriman's been stepping it back up. They could get some explosive defensive points, some returns, some pick six. So if you need a defense, you can almost start them any week and kind of cross your fingers.
Well, there you have it. Those are our top waiver wire pickups for Week 10. For Justin Mooney, I'm TJ Jefferson. Tune in next week to Fantasy Football Live, and as always, help control the tweet population. Have your tweets spayed or neutered.